Cari's on her way to meet her Uncle John. Her grandparents have been in assisted living for a few years and have decided it's time to liquidate most of their belongings. Her grandfather was a picker long before it was popular, so the place is packed. This will be an emotional journey for Cari and her family.
He didn't throw anything away.
Anything he thought he could salvage, he picked up.
Well, that era of generation, he...
Well, he went through the Depression. He'd come and he'd bring it to you and he'd say, I got this today. And you'd say, well, Grandpa, where'd you get it? Long side of the road.
I know, it's crazy. I have some of the stuff he picked up, some of my kids, some of his grandkids. It's just overwhelming. We didn't realize he had every room filled.
I know you guys want to throw things away, but we got to touch everything and
yeah, I know.
Figure out what has value, what's to be sold,
here for a while, so.
What's an heirloom, or just something you guys want to keep.
This is overwhelming. There's probably 4 dressers buried in there.
Duck decoys, a lot of picture frames. I get emails all the time, people looking for patterns. There is value still here, Uncle John.
Well,
I mean, this spinning wheel.
Oh, wow, yes.
This came from...
my grandfather's farm in Canada.
Gotcha, so it's my great-grandparents.
Right.
So that would make this bad boy like over 100 years old.
Oh, at least.
I want to get an expert's eyes on this. I want to know what this is worth. I don't know if I want to sell it. I think it's a great family heirloom. I know the garage is packed. Uncle John, let's go poke around in there.
We couldn't get any more down here.
There's a lot going on out here too, Uncle John.
Oh, yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
Those are probably 40 or 50 years old.
WXYZ radio.
$2.
$2. That thing's pretty cool.
Outboard motors.
Those are all worth some money. You need a pipe clamp? There's only 30.
30 of them, I know. I know, he never had one of anything. We've been coming over here for the last 3 or 4 months looking around to see what action plan that we can take, and to the average guy like my brother and I, we had no clue what to do.
We're gonna get the pods, get a tent, get a crew over here, start digging through everything and organizing. Yeah. Well, obviously, after going through the house, you can see where I get it from, of really looking for treasures and not wanting to throw anything away, wanting it to find the right home. And there's going to be some sentimental value there as I go through. A lot of the stuff that we saw today, he's kind of picked up over the years, but I know we're going to unearth some things that really bring back some nostalgic memories for me. I think Grandpa will be proud and happy that everything's going to go to, the right person.
Cari and her team are ready to start pulling everything out of her grandparents' house. There are mounds of items to sort through and set. It's a big job, but she and her team are ready for the challenge.
Hey, Dad, you know what this is right here?
You got your costume.
I was a pixie on a mushroom, and those were my legs.
And your grandma made this?
She did. Whenever anyone goes through this, it's just stuff, but there's always emotional attachment and sentimental value involved. It's my grandparents. They're both still alive. I want to honor them and make it the best I can. Wow, I didn't know that was going to happen.
It's difficult for anyone to sort through their loved one's estate, and Cari is no exception. She's got a struggle ahead of her as she decides what to sell and what to keep.
You can't touch that, sorry. Can you take this up? Okay. Lovely lamp. These are the old advertising plates. My grandfather used to, he was a shoe salesman. I don't know if I can sell these. I think I'm gonna take that one. Look at the flowers.
Where do you want me to put it?
In my car. It's not like I'm taking away from the sale. There's a lot here. So I'm not gonna feel badly about it. It is my family heirlooms. So what do you got there, Dad? You got some treasures?
I have 2 fly rods. Let's send them out. We opened up and uncovered some items that I had not seen in a long, long time. I'm gonna be here for the whole 3 days or whatever it takes to help out and say what's gonna go, what can we sell, what not to sell. We'll have to work out the customer, seller, father, daughter relationship.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
It's been a whirlwind day, but the crew has made good progress. They cleaned out most of the basement and the garage, but they've still got lots of work to do inside the house.
So you can...
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
It's the porch. It's the chair porch. Just do like 10 and 12 and 15. So, Dad, here's more of these duck decoys.
Oh, boy. This is just a cork body. You know,
It's different.
Yep.
I've never seen one that's cork.
You see all these patterns?
Yeah, they're all collectible. All the girls wanting to sew again. Look at this, Vogue Paris original. Oh, look. It's Cambridge Rose Point. Look how gorgeous those stems are. This is a whole set.
Let's clean them up, though.
Those are awesome. Roseville. I knew she had pottery. You know, my grandmother only used this for special occasions. That's why it's in such good condition. It's not really my style, so we'll find somebody who loves it and it'll go to a good home.
Cari's grandparents' house held much more than they anticipated, so she and her team will have their work cut out for them with the sale. Her total estimate is valued at $6,500, unless Cari and her dad keep more of the items. And this time, no commission.
There's a big line outside. Did you look outside yet?
Oh my God, it got longer since the last time I looked.
All right, let's do it. Rock and roll. Good morning, folks. How you doing? Come on in.
You're welcome to go in the house or in the garage, however you want to do it.
I was just curious about this Roseville. Is this a really old Roseville?
That was actually a wedding present to my grandparents. So it's definitely old.
I've always liked Roseville pottery, and I've never really owned a piece of it, so I thought this would be a good place to get it.
Cute. I bought the green 3-drawer.
Awesome.
Yes. And then this piece.
Good?
Oh, how about 12?
It's about 10.
10. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Rose print.
That is beautiful.
My mother gave me a hard time about not keeping it, but it's not my style.
My grandmother had it.
She had the same pattern. It brings back those
Seen this
memories.
since I was probably 9 years old.
Don't make me cry. My grandmother only used this for special occasions.
Yes.
It's in excellent condition,
I know
too.
it is. Don't let it go. I mean, because you will be me one day. I mean, I know I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah, I know. My mother did the same thing to me.
She gave you the guilt trip?
She
Well,
did.
then,
She did. She took me by surprise. I was watching her well up with tears, and I was right behind her. You know, my mother was really guilting me how I should keep this set. And
Well, for me, it's a little bittersweet. It's great seeing all this stuff being repurposed because that's the name of the game. We want people to be able to use it, and so that's great. But you know, the memories come back.
And you know, those Ivy dishes are still here.
I know that. So.
You can either do it by hand or you can assist it. Is that a whiskey maker? That's what we thought. At first I thought, I was like, oh, is this for wine? Oh, very cool. Okay. And then it actually has this little peephole that you can look through and check out if your butter is coagulating.
Okay, and 100?
It's $100. I don't have any wiggle room on that one.
Yeah, that's a neat piece.
Want to take it home?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, perfect.
It's really cool.
I figure I could use it for a rain barrel in my English garden, so just to kind of get a little creative with it. I don't think I'll ever turn butter with it, but.
I think that this mechanism, something's awry. I feel like this should be over here.
Two I
On
have at
this.
home are Victrola like this, but they don't have that mechanism. We play ours constantly. We have 2 of them and we love our Victrolas.
They've had this a long time. I'm sure it's
parents?
grandparents.
Grandparents.
And I'm sure that it's just one little tweak that
You know,
needs
this
to happen.
is the speakers. I love it. You can control the sound by opening wide or keeping it limited.
It's fun.
Okay.
Why don't you write down your name and number,
I sure will.
and we'll see what we can do.
I sure will.
At the end of a busy day, Cari and her team total up their sales. They made just over $3,400, selling mostly smaller items. There's still lots more to sell and 2 more days to go. Cari is now headed over to meet Bob, who is an expert on primitive antiques and folk art. She sent him her grandfather's spinning wheel to be appraised and is hoping for good news. Cari is unsure if she's going to sell it yet, but is curious to see what it's worth.
Well, I think you've got a really great piece of history here. Did you say this belongs to one of your relatives?
This is actually out of my grandparents' home. He's had it for a long time. I believe it was his mother who owned this. It came from Canada. They had a farm in Canada, so that's where it came from.
Typically, you know, these date to 1850 to 1880. Every home had a spinning wheel. It was like having a microwave oven today. The really interesting thing about this is that in the 1960s, you could buy one of these for $12 to $20. Now, luckily, the market has improved. And nowadays, I would say this is probably worth $500 or $600, especially in the condition it is. It looks like it's been very well taken care of. It still spins so freely that it's not tied up at all.
I think what is the most fun for me looking at this piece, and any piece that I touch or come into contact with, it was my ancestor who actually used this piece and used it for a purpose, and that's the most fun. I love that about this. I don't know if I want to sell it.
Personally, I would never sell it. That's absolutely fabulous to be able to say this belonged to somebody that's historically my relative.
Well, you know what, Bob? I think that I really have to keep this piece. This is a family heirloom. I think I have to put it in my home and cherish it.
That's a great piece.
It's day 2, and Cari's grandparents' sale is still jam-packed. The tent is almost full. There are many items for sale on the pods. There's more furniture to bring out, and many tools remain unsold. There's still lots of money to be made and a ton of treasure to find.
It's really cool. Yeah, look at that. I was looking at the McCoy vase.
Okay.
Which says 50. And then I was looking at the set, the glasses, and the plates here, but it looks like one might be missing from the set. So I didn't know if you guys were, you know, could go down on your price a little bit, because I do have a couple that look similar to this.
Okay. Yeah, well, let me talk to Cari and see what we can do on that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
You're interested in the crystal?
Yes.
So for the McCoy and the Cambridge, I think our total was $375.
$375. Okay. Think about it.
Think about it? Okay.
Yeah.
You ponder that.
All right, thanks.
I'm interested in getting this one.
Okay.
And this one right here, back here, and this one too. And then, yeah, I like that one.
Okay, so I'm thinking somewhere 120.
And I am thinking more like 110.
110's fair. You're gonna get some other stuff. I packed up a bunch of frames myself, so.
You took a bunch of them?
You're a girl after my own heart.
So Cari, on the dishes, she has cash, and she wants to know if we would accept $350.
$350?
I only have so much money.
Okay.
And I really like that.
Okay. I'll do it for $350.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
My buddy's here for that bandsaw, and if he doesn't buy it, I am. I don't know, do what you're gonna do, man. If you're not gonna buy it, I'll take it. You got first dibs, so.
Come on, it's a commercial grade, industrial.
What do you take for the saw? $160?
We gotta do one at a time.
Control
See if he
the solid?
passes first.
Well, I mean, the customer came up and he offered the $150, and I know the other guy was saying 2 behind, but they were together. I felt a little bit funny about, you know, just passing him up, so we wanted to do the right thing. Deal?
Deal.
Awesome. Awesome.
He had first dibs on, so fair's fair.
Are you a reseller? You gonna use it? What's your story?
No, I'm gonna resell it.
Okay. For the set, it's $500. This was my grandparents, so to hear it saying you're gonna resell it, I'm like, ugh. So when he told me that he was gonna resell the china, I just stopped in my tracks and thought, oh my gosh, you can't sell it, Cari, you can't sell it. Not to somebody who's gonna resell it. I really wanted to go to a good home, and I'm conflicted. I'm still conflicted, but for now, it's for sale.
Well, I'll have to give it some thought, because I got somebody else got a set they want to sell me too.
All right, fair enough.
It's the end of day 2, and Cari and her team are getting ready to close up shop. They've had a great day.
Vince, this wad doesn't seem very big. Where's your wad?
No, I just want to know what
Where's your wad?
No, I want to know what
Cough it up. Oh my gosh. We appreciate you guys selling out of the garage and the tent outside. I'll buy you dinner.
They've managed to sell over $3,300, bringing their 2-day total to over $6,700.
That's actually a porcelain Barbie.
Which one? The
Barbie, she's porcelain.
She looks like all the other Barbies.
Yeah.
Oh, truck's locked. No, that's not a good idea. No, that's not a good idea. I'll go get the keys. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna get the keys.
Cari's grandfather was a passionate picker and kept most of what he found. While setting up the sale, Cari found a stash of antique barnwood. Her grandfather was also a craftsman and used the barnwood to make picture frames.
So I decided I was gonna take this piece and actually make a coat hanger out of it. We found some old doorknobs. He had a huge box of old hardware, my favorite. My plan is to actually use this piece of barnwood and marry them with these doorknobs. So I'm gonna use a pre-existing hole. We're gonna screw that right on there. And I'm gonna tighten it up in the back. I'm gonna use this teeny tiny pair of pliers that I actually found at my grandfather's as well. You know, it doesn't have to be barnwood that you actually use for this type of piece. You can use just some old piece of salvage wood, and you can get creative with your hooks. It'd be fun just to do one with all different kinds of hooks. And there you have it, a sweet little coat hanger. And the great thing about this is you could hang it horizontally or upright, whatever you'd like. Come on in, I'll take your numbers.
I got number 1.
Yeah, be very careful, it's very icy. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's the last day of Cari's grandparents' estate sale. It's been an emotional ride for her, and today will be no exception.
I'm gonna do my best to keep my head on straight today and not let any tears flow.
It's my little baby.
Oh, you're taking it?
I am. I bought it.
You're gonna get it up and running and actually use
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. I'll put a belt drive. Try to keep the traditional, belt drive on it. Yeah, they don't build them like that anymore.
So you want all these?
I'd like to.
How about $60 for all of them?
60? How about 55?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, $60. That's a good deal. You're getting 8 chairs.
All right, I'll go for it.
They are
How about 40 each?
30 each?
35.
30.
35.
Come on.
They were my grandfather's.
32 of these yesterday, so.
32, fine. I'll take 32. Right. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They've had it a very long time, ever since I can remember.
It's beautiful, first of all. The wood, the shelving, absolutely beautiful.
It's really cool.
I want it.
Okay.
I'm a musician, and it's going in my piano studio.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
You have a set, right?
I have some pieces. I don't
Right.
have an entire set, but I just
Right.
can't afford the whole thing.
Are you sure you don't want to make an offer or talk about buying the whole set?
I think I would really, I don't want to insult you.
I don't think we should break up the set. I think we should
You
keep
don't-
it just as is.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. It was my grandmother's set. I'm having some emotional attachment
Totally
to it.
understandable. Okay, no problem.
Okay. I think we have to keep them.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's get them out of there then.
I'll help you. When the customer came in and just wanted to buy a couple pieces, I said, I can't break it up. That was the decision maker. So it's supposed to stay with the family. It's the right thing.
Day 3 proved to be another big success. Lots of buyers came out, and Cari sold much of her grandparents' estate. They sold over $8,200 in 3 days.